Hello and welcome to week 11 in Statistics for Psychology. And here we are in chapter 12, Independent Samples T-Test. Now, I neglected to do a video for chapter 11. So hopefully things went well. I haven't graded those yet, but it's hard to have a discussion about chapter 12 without bringing up some of what we were going to be discussing in chapter 11. And that is the matched pairs or classic within groups type t-test. Now, to contrast these two tests, we have the within groups, t-test, and then you have independent samples t-tests. When we're looking at chapter 11's t-test, what we're looking at is two scenarios. And that is, I might have, let's say I'm talking about the effect of slideshows on comprehension in a classroom. So I'm going to take one of my Psych 101 classes and I'm going to do a normal lecture using a PowerPoint. The other class, I'm going to do a normal lecture, no PowerPoint. And I'm going to compare to see. Now, although that is a quasi-experimental design. It's not, because the groups were not randomly assigned. Individuals signed up for those classes, so there's some technicalities there. Where you're looking at is essentially class 1 and class 2 are the same thing. The thing that's different that you're comparing is the independent variable, which is there a slideshow or is there not a slideshow? So you're comparing groups, but the thing that changes between those groups, okay, is the independent variable. Now, that's a between groups test. Then you have a within groups. You'd take the same group, and I did them one lecture with, and then on another topic, I'd give them one lecture without PowerPoints, and I would compare them over time. It's another way that you can do this. If you don't have access, there's only one section of Psych that I could do this with. I may do that. I guess I could split the class in half and make two groups. One gets the slideshow, one doesn't. There's all kinds of ways to peel that particular onion. But what you're looking at is, I'm either looking at matched groups, that group A looks a lot like group B, and one's getting the variable, one's not. Or I can look at it sequentially where, one time they're getting it or not getting it, and the next time they're getting it or not getting it. And I can compare those. That is chapter 11. Chapter 12, the independent variable. It's the independent variable that matters. The independent variable is not, in this case, the slideshow. The independent variable is the group membership, because these groups are not the same, and we're trying to figure out if the factor that makes them not the same impacts my variable. Keeping with the example of the use of slides in a class to increase comprehension, let's say I did study number 1, and I found out that indeed, when I looked at two matched groups, two Psych 101s, the group that got the slideshows, they did better. Now, so I have this idea that slideshows do better. Then I might say, well, would this also apply for nursing students or line worker students or accounting students? And I could then take that study and I'm going to expose each one of those groups to slideshows, and I'm going to see which one does better, which one scores higher. The difference I'm looking at is not the presence or absence of the slideshow. It's whether you're a psych student, nursing student, line worker student, electrical student, accounting student, my different groups. I can actually do that however many groups that I want. I can compare those groups. So that's the difference between the matched pairs within groups. There's a whole bunch of terms for that. And the independent samples. Independent samples means I'm getting from independent groups. There's a thing that makes them different. Maybe they're all psych students. Maybe they're all KVCC students. Maybe they're all from Central Maine. Maybe they're all from the same geographic area. But there's a difference between them. One of them is psych students. The other one is accounting students. And I'm looking to see if there's a difference there. So the independent samples t-test is used to compare categories. So let's look at some of them. Like blondes and brunettes. Who actually does have more fun? That would be a independent sample t-test. We would sample people that are brunette, we would sample people that are blonde, and we would see. Everybody knows the grays have the most fun. But anyway, we might look at sophomores, juniors, seniors, freshmen. We might look at rich and poor. We might look at the racial categories. We might look at men and women and other genders. We could, all those comparisons where we're looking at nominal, the way we categorize and name things, we're looking at nominal differences between our groups. And if we're measuring something there, we would do the independent samples t-test. So on the quiz, I'm asking you to explain the difference between, there it is, related pairs and independent samples. I just told you that. In the assignment, I'm picking a non-psychology thing. You're going to be looking at sharks, one of my favorite animals in the world. You're going to be looking at sharks, and you're going to be comparing Pacific Ocean sharks to Atlantic sharks. Is there a significant difference in terms of their size? So that you're taking a sample. Good luck getting a sample of these. But anyway, we're assuming we have a sample of Pacific sharks and we have a sample of Atlantic sharks, and we're going to compare them using the independent samples t-test. And that's where we are this week. So good luck with that. I will be grading the related pairs assignments this week to help, with that. And again, we're looking at expertise here that's developing over time. Please, so far, make sure that you do look at my feedback. There is the opportunity to fix assignments and resubmit them if they're missing particular things. In the last assignment that I graded, there was a few of you that needed to update your assignment so you can get a better grade. Make sure that you do that. And I look forward to all this. Oh, there's a discussion too. I'm asking you to look up an article with independent samples. So again, you're going into EBSCO, typing in independent samples, psychology, or maybe even a topic of your choice, and seeing what you get in terms of hits on that. I will give you a heads up, is when I'm done recording these videos, I'm going to be recording another video specific to the special assignment, which is the preparation of your proposal for your research project next semester when you take research methods. So stay tuned for that. That will be coming up shortly, probably by the end of today, and I will get that out to you as well to provide some clarity on that particular assignment. So take care, and I will see you online. Oh, one more thing. Got to remember this. This week we have work to do. The week after that is Thanksgiving break, and there is no expectation for any work. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to do nothing. If you need a break, take the break. If you have to make up for work, make up for work. If you want to work diligently on your proposal and get participating in those discussions and getting those assignments in to put your proposal for next semester together, the more you have that together, not only does it affect your grade in this class, but it makes next semester a breeze. If everything's already set up, we can hit the ground running next semester when we're in research methods together. So next week is sort of off, no expectations. So have a great week this week, and certainly have a great Thanksgiving week next week. I will see you around. Take care.